My degree is actually in nursing from the Medical College, Virginia, and I graduated. Wow. From college, and went to work for 6 months in public health, and really did not like it, but was watching a hospital being built close to where I lived. So then I decided, wow, that would be really cool to be able to walk to work or, sleep until I'm supposed to be there in 10 minutes and jump out of bed, throw my clothes on, and go to work. So I ended up getting a job there, and I wanted to work on a medical surgical floor, but they said that they really needed nurses in the operating room. And I didn't know that that was what I wanted to do. But I said, what the heck, I'll try it. So I did that, and I loved it, and I ended up just doing OR work for 12 years. Through a friend of a friend, got involved in a political campaign and ran a campaign headquarters for a politician. And at the same time was on the board of directors of a hospital, a local hospital. And the two areas just sort of came together and created a second career for me because I had an introduction to some pretty senior politicians. I had a background in healthcare, was on the board of directors of a hospital, and I was offered a position to start an in-house government relations department for this hospital, and this was in the early 80s. And it turned out that it was the first in-house lobbying department, if you will, in a hospital in the United States. And I didn't know that at the time, but I couldn't find anybody who could give me a roadmap or any kind of a template to tell me how to do what I was trying to do. So I just sort of made it up, and as I went along and gathered information from whatever sources I could gather information from, and next thing I know, it's 30 years on my own because I had other people who had asked me if I would do lobbying for them, and I realized that there was an opportunity to start a business. So that's what I did, and I've been out on my own since then. And now that I'm at the other end of my career, I have pared back my client list so that I'm working exclusively now for one client, and enjoying that. It's all I'm their lead lobbyist. It's all the hours that I want and all the involvement that I want. And as long as they're willing to keep renewing my contract and see value in what I can bring to the team, then I'm willing to keep doing it. But I think the trick is to know when it's time to get out before someone asks you to get out. And I think that's where I am in my career right now, trying to be truly objective about what I think I can bring to my client and what contributions I make to the lobbying team as a whole, and whether or not there's still value in what I do. And as of this point in time, I think there definitely is, and I've gotten enough external reinforcement of that, so I'm comfortable continuing to do what I do. But I really sort of have the best of all worlds. I'm aware that I'm much older than most of the members of my lobbying team, and when I started lobbying, there were not that many female lobbyists, so we really didn't have role models. The men did, but the women didn't. And I would say that the core group of lobbyists that were there when I started lobbying and are still there today probably doesn't exceed 10 in number. A lot of people say they're lobbyists. They come into the profession, they do it, they burn out, they don't like it, they leave for a variety of reasons. But then there are those of us who actually have made it our career, and we love what we do, and we're constantly challenged by it. But most of the members of my team now are probably in their 30s, with one exception of a guy who's in his mid-40s. And I will go out to dinner with them, and I'll go out and have a drink with them on occasion after work if we want to just sort of like debrief about what we've done for the day. And they act their age when they're around me, and somebody said, we ought to show a little more respect for Ann. I said, what does that mean? They said, for your age. I mean, you're like my mother's age. And I said, and your point would be? I am not your mother. So what is your point? And they said, no, you're not my mother, because my mother wouldn't do half the stuff that we do with you. Not that we do anything wrong. I have been known to cuss at work. There are a lot of negative connotations to the term lobbyist, and I think that I probably, hopefully, don't fit any of them. But I think people have the perception of lobbyists as being men in three-piece suits smoking cigars with big gold cufflinks in their French cuff shirts. I think I don't fit that stereotype at any level, in any way.
What? Check it out, bud.
Oh, wow!
Thank you, Mr. Anderson.
Thank you.
That looked cool.
Piece for Emmett, which is not that one.
Can you do the funny face with the knife again?
I think it's rehearsed.
That doesn't matter. They won't know.
Hang on a minute. Stand up.
See, now you pulled up the
No, you
camera.
gotta stand up.
No, I thought it was videotaping, and apparently it wasn't.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Hold the camera steady.
Hang on.
Do you understand?
Hey!
Or else.
Andrew's got a piece.
Is that it? You need cake.
I need
Andrew's got a
cake.
piece. Andrew, come on. Sit down.
Thank you.
Back down.
Put the silly camera down and have your cake.
Can you
And eat
close
it
that?
too.